heading into October? What does it feel like?
It's a good feeling. I think we've really played well these first 4 games. And the 2 road victories were both very good wins for us, something that we haven't done in a while against Power 5 conference teams. So that gives us some confidence, but our whole focus is on NC State this week. We always talk about going 1-0 in the week. And whether we were 4-0 or 3-1 coming into this, we have to prepare the same way that we would, because NC State's a great team.
You guys had some key injuries going into that game, including Kendall at the quarterback position, without your starting running back as well. But you guys still showed up and played. Just talk about what does that show about this team's chemistry and all of you guys believing in each other to go out here and win these games on a week-by-week basis?
Yeah, well, I think it shows that we have some depth. We have guys that are able to step in and still win football games, and some of these injuries aren't as catastrophic as they would be in previous years, because guys are prepared. They're preparing like they're about to play, and at any given moment, anyone can go in, so you have to always prepare like you're the starter in order to play well. So I think we're doing that, and we're kind of building this momentum. We got to keep it going.
Anybody else got questions, or I'll keep going? Go for it. Okay, well, let's talk about NC State now. I mean, how do you guys stay hungry? You know what I mean, and not become overconfident off the fact that you guys are having the best start that you've had in 10 years, and the motivation going into an ACC game, in-state rival, all of that.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, NC State's a great team, so I think we're going to prepare very well. We realize the talent they have on defense. From my perspective, they're very talented. So, obviously those first 4 games are great, but like I said, those don't matter now. It's about going 1-0 this week. And with NC State, they're very talented, and we can't get overconfident, and I don't think that's happening with our team right now. And I think we got to continue to prepare like we always have.
Does this team have any chip on their shoulder going into this game against NC State, knowing that there's still going to be some naysayers out there that'll say that this will be your true first test, and you guys having the opportunity to go 5-0 and prove those naysayers wrong?
Right. Yeah, I think the whole year we're trying to prove people wrong. What the media says and what people outside of our program say does not matter that much to us, though. So, we're not worried, about what some blogger is writing about. We're worried about our team, how we prepare, and we realize the challenge we have ahead of us. And obviously, we're fired up to play NC State as we're fired up to play any team.
Talk about your defense. You guys have had, they played pretty well on Saturday with all the interceptions, and also freshman Bates, stepping up. What about your defense that you see that makes you confident headed into Saturday as well?
Yeah, I think we have. First off, we have a great scheme with Coach Elko, and we go against that every day. So I realize how talented they are too. We got a good talent in the secondary. Obviously, Jesse made some huge plays. And he's a great player, and I've seen that. For 2 years now. I saw it on scout team last year, and I scouted throughout this camp. But that whole defensive unit, the linebacking core is great, defensive line's great, the secondary is great, and they're really working cohesively together, and that's why you're seeing the performances that you are. And obviously, like when we played Indiana, that's a very talented offense, but what they were able to do is get turnovers, so they may have had a bunch of yards, but at the end of the day, the defense really helped us win that game. So as they continue to play well, we have to continue to play well on offense, and that creates winning football.
What did that win do for you, specifically going into that? Kendall had been named the starter the week before, and then he gets hurt, and you come right back in. What did it do for your confidence for you to go out there and perform the way that you did, scoring a total of 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, that was nice. Obviously, I want to play, and it's tough to hear that you're losing your job, but you have to realize it's about this team. So, you can feel sorry for yourself. You can go into the week, saying how rough this is, how I'm not starting anymore. But if you realize that it's about this team, then that's really all that matters to me. The fact that I played well is good. I think the offense played well as a unit, and I think the team played well as a whole, and that's why we were able to win the game. So, I usually have confidence whether, going into that game, I knew I was starting the week before, and I don't think it flustered me that much. I have to continue to prepare like I always have, and I think we'll see good results on the field.
Playing on the road is tough, but big wins at Duke and Indiana. What's that do for the confidence of this team with you guys being back on the road this week?
Yeah, I think that's something we haven't done in previous years. So I think it shows some maturity, some experience, able to handle crowds and noise. And, like the Indiana game, they started off with a 76-yard touchdown, and I think we just have this confidence that no matter what, if we stick to our plan, if we play how we're taught, and we do what we're designed, then we're going to stay in these football games and have a chance to win them in the fourth quarter. So, I think it's kind of this building. It's been building since, the off season in the spring, and you're starting to see it show on the field, but we can't get complacent. We have to continue to prepare like we always have.
John, the last 2 years, NC State has won 77-30 against you guys total score in the last 2 games. Is there any added motivation? I mean, I know it's a big game, big rivalry, but I mean, the added motivation with you've been here for those 2. What's the mindset?
Yeah, obviously, the last, what we realize is how good of a team they are. The past years, they've really given it to us. We've given up points and we haven't scored much. So we know how talented they are. What they do schematically is very sound, and we have to prepare like we always have, and realize how good of a team this is. And we can't have blown airs, mental miscues, because they're going to exploit it, and that's what you saw in those first 2 games.
Any questions?